Hello and welcome to the Pack 212's Rain Gutter Regatta workshop. I hope to give you some tips to make it easy for you and your Cub Scout to build the Rain Gutter Regatta boat. By now you should have received or you should have picked up the Rain Gutter Regatta kit that comes in a box like this. The boat comes with a balsa wood boat with a mast, with a sail and some stickers, and with a keel. This keeps the boat from moving side to side, and a rudder which keeps the boat going straight. Right? Okay, good. So those are the parts of the kit. The first step is to smooth out the boat. The smoother the boat is, the faster it will glide through the water. To do this, you can start with you can use a sandpaper. This is 120 grit paper, and you can have your Cub Scout sand all the faces of the boat. If you have a sandpaper block, that works great, or you can make one out of a piece of wood. Here I stapled the sandpaper to this piece of wood. After your Cub Scout has sanded down and the boat feels smooth to the touch, you can use a smoother or a finer grained sandpaper. For example, this is 220 grit sandpaper, grain sandpaper, and that would make it even smoother. Now that's an optional step, but it will make the surface even smoother. Good. Once you've your Cub Scout has sanded the boat, the next step is to fix the keel and the rudder to the boat, and they go at the bottom like this. Okay, the slanted part of the keel faces forward. Now I'm going to turn the boat around so you can look it face down, and that's how the keel and the rudder will go. Try so that the keel is a few centimeters behind the hole of the mast, so it's on the half to the back of the hole. Now, rather than gluing the keel and the rudder to the bottom, that might not hold very well and it will fall over time. What I recommend is opening a slit to bury the keel and the rudder into the boat. You can do that by using a hobby knife or a steak knife, a kitchen steak knife. Open a slit that is about ½ inch deep, and then get some epoxy glue. I recommend epoxy. I bought this at Harbor Freight Tools. It's about a couple of dollars. It has a funny smell to it, but it holds very well in water. You can also use this is wood glue, also works quite well. Elmer glue, I don't know, I haven't tried that, but I would recommend sticking either to epoxy or wood glue. And what you can do then is take the rudder and the keel, put some glue to the bottom, and then bury them into that slit that you built, so that it looks like this. Now here is a comparison. You can see this is a boat that Sebastian built for the last Rain Gutter Regatta about 2 years ago, and you can see how deep we buried them. It was about a little bit under ½ inch deep, but we made sure that by doing that that it held pretty firm and didn't move. If the slit is too big, you can always use wood filler or wood glue to fill in the slit. Okay, good. So now you have the boat with the keel and the rudder in place. The next step is to paint it. I recommend that to use acrylic paint. You can pick this at Walmart, very cheap, and your Cub Scout can build any design. If you're gonna paint with acrylic, I would give it a good base. So buy a small spray can. Color white is better. That's a very good base paint. So I would spray the entire boat white. Also spray the entire mast white. You could certainly paint directly into the boat, but just remember that some of the paint might be absorbed by the balsa wood, so the color might fade a little bit. You might have to paint it twice. By giving it a base color, the colors might be more bright. We got red and black just because the last boat we made it red and black two-tone, but I think we're gonna go with a white base, and then Sebastian's gonna paint the design he wants with acrylic paint. If you do spray paint, because the keel and the rudder will be in place, cover it with masking tape so that they don't get painted, because paint doesn't take very well. It will peel from plastic and it will peel off from metal. So just cover it with masking tape before you spray your boat. Good, so you sprayed and you've painted your boat. Remember to spray and paint your mast. The next step is to make sure that those colors don't run off when they get in touch with water. So I like to have Sebastian use a foam brush and put 2 coats of polyurethane. This is a varnish, so this will protect the color. It will give it a shiny look and a very smooth look to the water so that it can glide even faster. So polyurethane, but again, this is optional. So once you've let all that dried up, then the next step is to put the mast into the boat. The mast would go about 1/2 inch deep, and if you look, I read online that if you slant it a little bit backward, it will give them a better, more aerodynamic feel to the sails. So you can see if I stand, the mast sides next to each other, we went in deep around half an inch on the mast, and we tilted it a little bit back. We also we glued the mast so that it wouldn't move around, so glue it to the boat. And then after you're done with that, when you do the varnish, remember to do the varnish also to the mast. Alright, and once we put the mast in, the next step is to put the sail. As you can see, we trimmed the sail a little bit, and then we gave it this sort of curved shape. Very key is to glue the top and the bottom of the sail through each of these 2 holes where it goes through to the mast. Otherwise, when your Cub Scout blows through the sail, it might move side to side. You don't want that to be wobbly, you want it to be fixed. So putting some gluing the sail to the mast is a good idea. And then the last step, but the most fun part, if your Cub Scout wants to do, is to get some stickers. Dollar store has them very cheap, and then decorate your boat, decorate your mast. You can put the number stickers that come with the boat kit. You can certainly go to the Cub Scout store. They have different sticker sets for boats. And if you have a label maker like we do, we christen the boat with a name. This one is called Queen Anne's Revenge, in honor of our daughter Annie, which was I think 1 at the time. Alright, I hope you've enjoyed the workshop. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me or send me email, and I hope I gave you some tips to get you started. Obviously there's much more information that you can find on the internet, and I invite you to look for that as well for other tips. Thank you very much, and good luck!